Hey, what's up guys? It's Brian here, Brian's Lawn Maintenance. All right, hey, really quick, we're just gonna do a short and sweet video. I've got to do an update video talking to you guys about handling the bi-weekly question. I never thought it'd be such a point of contention for so many of us in the industry and running our businesses. And the reason, the catalyst for this video was just to kind of update the one that I did about 3 years ago that surprisingly got like 100,000 views. But I wanted to just give some new insight, some updates, and just my thought process on the topic, which stemmed from a coaching call that we did just 2 days ago that made me kind of revisit this topic. So without further ado, let's check it out. All right guys, so if you're new to the channel, I'm all about helping you guys grow a more successful business so you guys can go out there and crush it. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to click subscribe. We definitely appreciate the support. So here's the deal. One of the topics that we like to cover on the channel, like thought process videos, just 5 or 6 minutes, short and sweet. And this one, I wanted to revisit the bi-weekly question. And people are asking, do we offer bi-weekly lawn service for my lawn and landscape business? Now, a little bit of context here. I'm cutting subdivision style lawns up here in Michigan, in Oakland County, a little bit wealthier county in suburbs. We don't have any of the money, but I'm just having some fun. But we have some really nice clients, some really good customers in this area. Now, here's the deal. When you are trying to tackle your lawn maintenance business and you want to cut grass, having weekly clients is super critical, in my opinion. Now, I'm going to revisit the part of the conversation with folks in Florida, or when it's really hot in summer, or if you live in the country, right? Do you need to do weekly service? Probably not, but let's get to that topic here in just a second. What I wanted to talk about is the folks that are starting their business, maybe as a part-timer, a weekend warrior, maybe you just have this as a side hustle. That's totally cool. Quite honestly, I started my business offering bi-weekly service. I thought it was a really good idea for the customers that could use like weekly service, but no, I'm gonna give you the option of having it cut bi-weekly. Like, I thought I was expanding my service offerings by doing it this way. Well, here's the deal. The guy that I did a coaching call with just the other day, he's been with his side hustle for about 4 or 5 years. He's looking to go all in, and he proposed the question to me. He said, how do I take all of my bi-weekly clients and turn them into weekly clients? And I said, well, what's the urgency, or what's the reason for trying to turn them from bi-weekly to weekly clients? And he said, well, quite simply, I have clients that I cut that are bi-weekly, and the neighbors are starting to sign up and they want weekly service. Or he also said that as he goes all in with his business, he wants to have weekly customers. So he's in this really awkward predicament, as you guys would imagine, where some of his clients are bi-weekly and some of them are weekly. And so I just shot him straight. I said, well, hey, you're paying good money to have a really good conversation right now. We're getting naked, we're getting intimate with trying to talk about your business, and you just want the good stuff. So here's what I would suggest. You're gonna have to go into your business, in my opinion, and do some surgery. You're gonna have to, like, let's say that, you know, you have a broken arm, and for it to heal correctly, you gotta break it. You have to do a surgical procedure to set the bone, right? It's not fun, it's completely uncomfortable. You don't wanna do it, I don't wanna do it. But if we want to have this business, this arm, right, in this analogy, work correctly, we're gonna have to set it, and we're gonna have to pay the price and take care of the pain now, or it's never gonna operate correctly long term. So here's the bottom line. I said, you're gonna have to have some honest conversations with your customers and just tell them, hey, let's just say his name was Max, and it's Max Landscaping, okay? Hey, you're gonna have to tell your customers, respectfully, Max Landscaping is no longer doing bi-weekly service. We're only gonna be a weekly maintenance company moving forward. And I told him, you're gonna get a little bit, and hopefully this is some helpful tips to you guys, you're gonna get a little pushback from your customers at first. Hey, no big deal. I'm glad that you're only doing weekly service for all your new clients, but we'll just continue on with the bi-weekly service. Hey, unfortunately, Tom, this also means Max's Landscaping is no longer gonna be offering bi-weekly service, and we're gonna be starting week to week here for the season in 2020, 2021, whenever you're watching this video, right? Well, and then the next one is, well, hey, no problem, just go weekly for the first 10 or 12 weeks, and then we'll go bi-weekly from July forward. I actually did that. That was my first transition from maybe a dozen bi-weekly customers about 5 or 6 years ago to then trying to get them to go weekly. And I was really nervous. I was really scared. I was always the guy where the customer wagged the dog, the tail wagged the dog, right? I never had enough gumption, right, to tell the customers what my business offers. I was just scared. I just didn't know what I didn't know. Well, so that was my evolution of this, trying to solve this problem, right? Well, eventually I said, no, we no longer offer weekly for the first 10 weeks and then bi-weekly there forward. Talking to Tom again, I'd say, hey, Tom, listen, you guys live in a nicer subdivision with, you guys mow regularly, you fertilize regularly, and you water regularly. Unfortunately, that's just what we're going to be offering to keep up with the level of professionalism that my company wants to offer and the image of the subdivision you live in. You're going to be wanting this weekly service. So, hey, we can take you on as a client and provide weekly service for you. But if not, you know, honestly, I just don't know if you're going to be the best fit client for us moving forward. This is what this guy was trying to work through. And he goes, man, that's exactly the conversations I need to have with my customers. He goes, I'm sick and tired of cutting lawns every 2 weeks. I think he was doing like $40 cuts, but he wasn't charging, you know, $100 to do the client's lawns every 2 weeks. Well, why would it be 2.5 times? Well, because when you're cutting it every 2 weeks, you're not just doubling the effort or the workload. You're spending triple on your time, triple raking grass, triple on the fuel, right? Your mower, your engine's just drooping down, right? And so the bottom line is that he was like, well, you know, I would do a bi-weekly cut for 50 or 60 bucks, even though it should be $40 every week. And he was just losing money. He was getting frustrated, and he wanted regular income for regular clients, for his regular business, right? For his regular bills. Now, here's the deal. Some of you guys take this with a grain of salt. Some of you guys, I get it. You're more rural. You might cut that first 10, 12 weeks of the season and then go bi-weekly thereafter. Again, don't go from one ditch to the other. You know, we just have to be smart with our business. I'm not saying bi-weekly isn't the answer. I'm not saying weekly is the answer or isn't the answer. So let me know your guys' thoughts. Leave me some comments down below. Bi-weekly, are you in or you out? Do you guys offer it or not offer it? So here's the deal. Again, some of you guys live in Florida and you're in the same boat. You do weekly service for 8, 9 months, but I know a lot of you guys do bi-weekly, even 3 weeks, tri-weekly, thrice weekly. What is that called? Somebody leave me a comment. What is every 3 weeks? And that's how you guys keep the properties maintained. I understand, or I've come to learn too, that there's not a lot of weekly growth, but you can do pruning, weeding, some flower planting, whatever else. A lot of you guys still visit those properties every week, every other week, right? So here's the deal. Bi-weekly, should you be taking them on? Shouldn't you be taking them on? Here's my last point I want to make. And this is something that I shared with this gentleman that we did a coaching call with 2 days ago. I am not trying to find the clients who want to spend the least amount of money with my business. To be honest with you, I had to, and you guys know this, you guys have watched my videos over the years, I had to change my target customer, my avatar customer. And when I first took on clients, to be honest with you guys, I thought they were all the same. I thought they were all created equal. What I've come to learn is that's not the case. When I had a lot of these bi-weekly customers, they wanted the cheapest price, they wanted the cheapest service, they wanted the least amount of visits, they wanted to spend the least amount with my company. Now, imagine this. I'm trying to run a company and we're doing lawn maintenance, but we're also full service, which I'm going to do a whole nother video on about that as well. How do you let your customers know that you're full service? So I didn't necessarily believe, as I come to find out, that these customers were the most ideal customers for my business that wanted bi-weekly. They were great from the start. Again, just like my friend Max here in this example, great customers at the start. But as you grow a larger business, you have regular bills, you want regular income, and you want regular profit, you're gonna want these weekly customers. So again, this is the kind of conversation that I want to have with you guys. I think bi-weekly, in certain circumstances, it makes sense. For me up here in Michigan, I'm just gonna tell you guys straight up, if a customer starts saying, hey, can we go bi-weekly? Hey, do you offer bi-weekly? Can you cut it every other week, July forward? No, no, and no. And I'm respectful. I'm kind, I'm cordial, I'm respectful, but I'll just be honest. I just say, look, your kind of lawn, your type of subdivision with water and fertilizer, you're gonna need it cut every week to maintain a beautiful, healthy, lush lawn that you're gonna wanna come home to and be happy with. Here's a tip. I took my HOA from bi-weekly service to weekly service. It took 2.5 years to steer that ship to get them going weekly. And not only did it put a ton of revenue in my pocket and for my business, but it also made the property look that much nicer for not that much more money. And in fact, since then, that same HOA, now wants to have weekly service regardless, and now they're 26 weeks straight through. And when I signed up with them, they were 18 weeks, right? So how about that? All right, so I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Leave me some comments in the comment section down below. Do you guys offer bi-weekly service? Do you have contingencies or certain qualifications to offer it? Are you guys down in Florida and you do bi-weekly from, you know, maybe late November all the way through February? If so, great. If not, no big deal. Let me know your guys' thoughts.